We're here for aQuelle Tour Durban. It's our first one. We've always wanted to do this route. It's some of the nicest cycling from here all the way through to Umhlanga and Umhloti. We're just enjoying the good weather that Durban's got to offer this time of the year. And we're looking forward to riding the roads with no cars on. You get to hear the birds and everything rather than the cars. So a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Some good competition, yeah. I think KZN's best riders are here, so yeah, it should be good. We'll have to see what happens, if we can maybe split it up and make it come down to a little final sprint, yeah.
The vibe is good, you know, morale is high and all that. Our plan today will be riding for Bradley, you know, he's got some good legs on him. So we're looking to give Brad, we'll just give him an opportunity and then we'll see how it goes, you know, and then we'll take it from there.
A lot of success with this race. It still feels like a little bit of a hometown race for us. It's kind of like almost a sure thing when we go to the sprint between Reinhard and Nolan. But there's also always the opportunity for someone like Reinhard, myself, Moneva, Nikirk, or Aiden to try and get in a sneaky move. And if me and Reinhard are there in a small group, then we'll favour our chances.
I think it's going to get interesting early. We'll see what happens at the bottom of the M7. But yeah, it's just about seeing if we can hang with the pack today.
Riders, under 23s and juniors won a large batch. We are now set for.
Yeah, it's always nervous when you start a big race like this. There's always that little bit of pressure, there's a bit of that intensity in the beginning. Yeah, it's always better once the race has actually started in earnest and things sort of settle down and people find their place. When you start this race, especially going through town, then yeah, there's always this bit of jumpiness and I just don't quite know where they are at the moment. But yeah, once we hit the climb, then it settled down quite a lot.
So it's good to see young guys wanting to race and willing to race. There must just be more patience and listen to what old buddies have to tell them. Myself, I've been racing for like 12 years and now there's a guy in front of me that's racing his first big race and he's looking all over the place. So you try to help the light and tell him, stop looking back, you're going to ride into a guy's wheel.
The breakaway went just before the climb and that sort of neutralised the bunch a little bit. Telkom were quite happy to take control, which at that point of the race was fine for us as well. We wanted to get the whole team over the climb. And then near the top there was quite a lot of racing for the hotspot.
Managed to get the king of the mountains up there. And then it was actually a race on. The road cover guys really decided they were going to give it to us today.
Yeah, when we get onto the M4 there by Riverside, it sort of signals the second stage of the race for us. I mean, you've done the climb, you've come down and you're back at the coast and then now it's just out and back and then it's finished. So when we got to the M4 then it was still quite steady. Telkom was still happy to pace and we weren't as happy with that situation. We would have preferred a bit of a harder race. So at that point we made the call, you know, let's light it up a bit and see if we can get the racing going.
Well, on the N4, that's where the race is break or make. Everyone was just trying to get away and attacks, and that downhill as well is pretty fast. At one stage I looked down and I saw him going over 80 k's an hour. Everyone tries to get away. The climbers wants to ride the sprinters off, the time trialers want to ride away. It's just chaos.
We got a few guys to start attacking. So ones and twos, counter attacks, and that sort of rolled onto the bunch, and that positivity came out of the bunch. It's just a matter of time when you're putting the pressure on, then eventually something's going to break.
No one was just sitting on. Everyone wanted a piece of the pie and just racing hard.
So the road cover guys were just relentless in attacking the whole way, knowing we were a little bit outnumbered. Reinhard Butler going down in a crash close to Sabaya.
Between 15 and 20 k's from the finish, a big break went. Me and two other riders went across the break and that took a lot out of me. But we managed to get there and then the attacks keep on going. Telkom tried to ride away.
Monet put in an attack about 4 kilometers out. It was a really, really big attack. So as Monet was away, you have that hope he'll ride away and take the pressure off me. But yeah, they managed to just reel him in. And yeah, then I always knew it was going to be up to me to try and pull something off in the sprint.
Coming into the final, yeah, I'll be honest, there were a bit of nerves. I mean, the team's already done their job and now it's coming down to the part where I've got to do my job.
Together in a long line, which means that it is going to be a bunch sprint.
I just made sure that I went on the outside of the guys, didn't get involved in any touching wheels or any boxing in, and yeah, took it home, which I was happy to do.
Tried my best, managed a second, but yeah, I get to try again in a couple of weeks' time.
Well, it was a nice feeling to get to the finish line in a break for me for a change, because normally I like a bunch kick, but to be in a break towards the finish, that was a quite awesome feeling.
This is the only essentially cyclocross event that we have access to in this area. So yeah, like I said, the full road closure, and in fact we can hop off and do what we do on our thick wheels and not the skinny wheels. And yeah, we've got a lot of miles in the legs, and I've done this before. Convinced France on them to come and join us as well. So yeah, just love riding in Durban.
Very first time doing the Tour Durban, originally Durban born, but spent some time in Joburg and abroad. But Durban is home. I love Durban. It's scenic, beautiful. I believe we're going to go through canelands. We're going to have the opportunity of riding next to the ocean. I don't think too many people get that opportunity, to be able to get out into the open air and just enjoy it and really just get those endorphins flying.
Basically love Durban, such a beautiful city. Now I'm hoping to finish it, because there was like one time where I didn't finish, but this time I'm going for a kill.
Tell them what happened last year. He's supposed to do a road race, and then he took a wrong route, and then it's landed him to 55 Ks. And he came to us. When he came back, he was so tired out of all of us, and then that is hilarious.
I was just saying how pleasant it had been, and hadn't had a puncture, and bingo, there we go.
And I got recruited all my pushers. I've come, cows, quickly.
Thank you.
The COWS is a national organisation, and we fundraise specifically for Childhood Cancer Foundation of South Africa. The vibe here is fantastic. We love coming back every single year. Tour Durban is a magnificent event. We've got magnificent weather. Our slogan is love living life, so we push our boundaries and we do bigger and better things and push ourselves and make sure we're living every single day in honour of those that hadn't had the choice through passing away with cancer.
For us, it was the perfect mix. I knew she could take the sprint, and having 2 of the 6 in the breaker was a really good move for us. So then the bunch worked really well together all the way on the M4, but when we turned around to come back, we kind of also started attacking, and it animated the race a little bit from there. We didn't really want to take 6 girls to the line, even though I was pretty confident that Vera can take the sprint. But yeah, like I said, we like to come out here and race positively, so we just attacked and counter-attacked. And at one point, Anita and I actually got away, and then miraculously, with a massive effort, Vera crossed over to us. But then we also knew there's 2 tight corners coming into the finish, so I know she's technically very good, and if I'm in the front, I could corner okay. We came down the off-ramp with 600 meters to go, and no one seemed to kind of want to put in a long move as we expected. So I just kind of went from the front. Worked out pretty well for us. Like I said, a proper team effort to finish first and second on the day. For us, coming down to Durban is always special. Our time freight sponsor is based in KZN, so it always adds a little bit of extra motivation.
Well, I was super happy for Lisa to take the win, and luckily I don't have to sprint her. I was just checking the other girls and making sure they're not passing her. But then, yeah, coming over the finish line, already the last 5 kilometers, I was feeling my legs cramping a little bit. My leg had like a whole hole in it for a whole minute afterwards still. So I was quite in pain, but it was worth it.
Durban is a leading tourism destination. So we want to consolidate that position. This 2016 Tour Durban has attracted more than 5,000 people to come to the city, and more than 33% of them are coming outside of KwaZulu-Natal. So they're here to spend money. So we are happy about that. The second thing that excites us is the fact that the profits from these events will be going to the charity organization that takes care of the abandoned kids and people that are below poverty line.
The Tour Durban is actually quite proud to be associated with the Domino Foundation. They work primarily in the Amayoti community out near Phoenix. They have life skills for the children to try and reduce the pregnancy rates and help the kids get their IDs. They have babies' homes where they have creches. They do have school feeding schemes, and just generally they are so involved in that community. It's actually quite amazing, and we as the Tour Durban have identified them as a worthwhile beneficiary for any profits that we actually generate out of the event.
Remember that the duty of government and municipalities in particular is to provide service delivery to the poor. So if we have partnerships with people who are able to work with us in addressing some of the challenges, that are facing government, all the better.
Survive, always do. I'm from Durban, I have to survive. I'll be embarrassing Durbanites if I don't. All these foreigners here, you know?
This is not called the Mountain Kingdom for no reason. It made me very proud. Not even once did I get off my bike. Thank you, Durban. I will go back to Joburg and rave and rant about how Durban was good to us cyclists from different provinces.